Hello. How's everyone doing? Welcome back. We are more than halfway done February, and we are more than halfway towards our second team goal of $1,500 for the Canadian Cancer Society. Hey, Vienna, how's it going? How are you? I'm good. I'm actually showing myself a little bit of self-love, and I don't normally drink, but on the odd occasion I will indulge. So I'm actually having wine from the Old Flame Brewery. I know, wine from a brewery. Very interesting. I don't remember how much I paid. So if it's under $20, maybe I'd get it again. Otherwise, nah. But happy I love you day. What are you up to? Are you crocheting the blanket? Crocheting something else? What are you up to? Mm-hmm. It's not the image I want. Trying to get some work done on a scrap blanket. Oh, nice. I am going to be working on today my maxi dress. I tried it on. Somehow I was able to get it over when I was wearing the tank top, not a sweater. And I have about 4 more inches to go before I have to start the shaping. But it fits quite nice. So I'm really excited about it. I figured today I'd just do some easy, relaxed knitting, nothing too intense. Yeah, so seems to be a good option. Yeah, I'm happy with the choice. Where did I save that image? Did it not save? I guess it didn't. Why did it not save? Or where did it save to? Ah, okay. Well, that's silly. Very silly. The Canadian Cancer Society has provided some images, but for some reason when you go to save it, saves as a web file and not a PNG, and that's really disappointing. What a bummer. But yeah, we are halfway through February and it's a long weekend. Do you have plans for the long weekend? All right. Well, it might just be you and I. I can't seem to get this image to work, unfortunately, to let people know that we are live and streaming. But who knows? Maybe I'll get lucky. Well, well, it's okay if it's just us. It'll be a good time. Yeah, technology does suck. Hence why I love having knitting needles and a actual physical book. There's nothing like an actual good physical book. There's something about the feel of it. And some books have this amazing fresh cut paper smell. Have you ever noticed that? It's such a wonderful scent. Like, can someone please package that into a candle and sell me the candle of fresh cut paperbacks? I don't know how it hasn't been bottled into a candle and sold yet. I wonder if it would be something difficult to recreate. Like, would you have to? Because I know you can do sandalwood, but can you do like the wood that paper is made out of to kind of get that scent mixed with like some form of, I don't know, chemical that includes like printed ink? That'd be an interesting science project, I guess. Try and bottle up the smell of a paperback book or a hardcover book, but like a fresh book. Hmm. I'm actually currently reading a palette cleanser, so I can only do so many books in a series, like 2 to 3 at a time. So if this series is longer than, yeah, buy it in bulk for sure. Yep. If the series is more than 3 books, I have to take a break after the third. Sometimes I even have to take a break after the second. So I'll read like a really easy book, lighthearted, or like, you know what? I'll admit I'll even pull out an old Nancy Drew just to kind of, I don't know, give my brain less difficult of a read and more of like a win of like, hey, you finished a book in a week. So right now, the palette cleanser I'm reading is On Skiing of Death by Ali Pleater. I might have gotten the title slightly wrong, but I'm actually really enjoying it. So yeah, it's a fun book for sure. And afterwards, I will probably finish reading the book Hera by Jennifer. I think it starts with an S. Jennifer. The Hera book. You have that on your Kindle. So far, the Hera book's okay. I've never really given Hera a try before. Like, I've always just thought she was a petty, angry wife. Um, oh, Skein of Death. I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. It's a easy kind of read. It gives me like murder mystery. Sorry, Murder She Wrote kind of vibes. Um, but yeah, it's a cozy read. It's a cozy read for sure. Yeah. And then there's a second book of the series. I don't know if there's more after it, but there is a second book in the series. So if there's only two, is that a duology? Since three is a trilogy, and then anything after that is a series, or is 2 books just 2 books? No real fancy term for it. I'd have to Google that. But yeah, I think it would be a cute, even like movie or TV show, like a one series TV show to be made off of it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The logic tracks for it to be a duology. Yeah, but hey, I love a good book. Recently, so I have never really been big on libraries. They've always made me feel kind of small and not really welcomed. That might just have been a thing for back in the day where they had this whole like evil librarian going shh, you know? Um, so a lot of the books I would read would be ones that my parents would buy me. And having a learning disability and not really being one for reading, whenever I was wanting a book, my parents were like, done, done. If this gets you reading, done. Lo and behold, they have created a book goblin who is obsessed with books and reading. But most recently, so a while back, one of my initiatives was I'm going to try and save on my bookshelf space by getting Kindle or e read books first. And if they were a book that I would reread, I would buy the physical copy. Now I'm actually utilizing the Oshawa Public Library a significant amount, and it has a pretty good e-reader selection. Even if it's not on an e-reader, they have a decent book selection. And I think the Oshawa Library just kind of launched like their own like personal app where they're not necessarily relying on Libby or um, what's that other one that libraries really like other than Libby's Cloud Library and stuff like that. So it'll be it's been good so far. Like I've rented I think at least 6 books from the library in the last 4 months. And it's been an excellent experience. Even when I've gone in to renew my library card, they've been really great. I know that the Oshawa libraries do offer some cool programs as well. Yeah, right? You wouldn't think about that feature being a part of public libraries, but it's really becoming a thing. Like they're really jumping onto the whole like offering audiobooks that you can access from home. There is still like kind of a renting feature. You get it for 30 days or something like that. And generally you can renew it when you check back in 3 days before it expires, unless it's a very in-demand book, then you will have to put it on hold again. But generally you get the book back in like 2 weeks. I've never really had to wait very long when my rent has expired. But yeah, like it's been a wonderful experience. Um, and I think that one of the Oshawa libraries actually has conversational French once a week, which I was super pumped to try out because I also have an objective of trying to be trilingual by the time I'm 80. So I've got at least 50 more years. I can do it. And the knitting language doesn't count as a second or third language, unfortunately. Otherwise, yes, I'd already be trilingual. Yeah, but the public libraries are really stepping it up. Thank you. I think it was pretty realistic. Gives me a lot of wiggle room. I actually, so growing up in Markham, it was originally farm town, and then somehow so many people from Taiwan, Hong Kong, and China just really started making their way to Markham. So it is known to be very Asian populated. And while I was growing up, a lot of my friends were going to Mandarin school. Yeah, teaching a friend to read crochet patterns is like teaching a new language. It's like teaching hieroglyphics. It's very true. But yeah, so I was trying to convince my dad to put myself into Mandarin school. Have you ever heard a kid tell their parents, "I want to go to Mandarin school" at the age of like 6? Apparently that was me. And my parents were like, "No, no, no, like when are you going to use it?" And now all of Markham, either Cantonese or Mandarin. And when I tried to impress my great uncle, because my dad's side of the family, we are half Chinese. And I tried to impress my great uncle by saying, like, hello, how are you in Chinese? But I didn't realize that I was saying it in Cantonese. And he looks at me, and I've never seen him so stern. He's like, "We speak Mandarin." And I'm like, "Ooh, sorry, okay." Like, I was just proud of myself to actually be speaking a form of Chinese and embracing our side of our heritage. Okay. But he's still a very good guy. And oh my God, for his wedding anniversary, he went hardcore. I think they were married for like 60 years before he passed. There was 13 courses. And they weren't small courses, they were big courses. 13 of them. They missed that in Crazy Rich Asians, how much food is at banquets. So much food. Yeah, 13 courses, and that did not include dessert. And I think one of them was even shark fin soup. It was weird. Some of the food was outrageously good, though, but it looked like a garden troll had vomited, but it was delicious. No, it was so good. Thankfully, none of it was pig intestine or anything like that. I can't do pig intestine. Can't can't really do much pig. The only real pig I can do is pork. I mean, bacon. I wanted to learn the dominant language in the area, but I couldn't find someone who spoke it to teach me. Ah, yes. So it's Mandarin is very predominant out there. Okay. So you only worked out of Markham, or you lived there too before? Um, because you're in Durham region, are you not? But yeah, Markham is predominantly Mandarin. And it has its own downtown now. Okay, nice, nice. Yeah. I actually I actually interviewed for a job in Markham a while back before starting the shop, and it was for a baby supply store. And I knew already. Oh, swimming instructor and lifeguard, both very important jobs. I give swim instructors and lifeguards a lot of credit. It is a skill that I believe everyone should be required to learn for free. And well, I don't mean free as in like take away from instructors or lifeguards. Definitely both should get paid what they're being paid. But I do think that it shouldn't cost as much as it does through community centers so people can have more access to a life saving skill, which is swimming. But yeah, Markham has its own downtown and everything now. It's something. Yes, a lot of people do not know how to swim, and that is very scary. My nana that I have mentioned, even when she was growing up, you'd think they all would know how to swim being on the East Coast, but no, they were just told to basically fear water and stay away from it as much as possible. Like, literally just told, water is bad, do not go near it, do not even tip your toes into it. And it's like, that is not a healthy way to live. I'm like, you should feel comfortable going near water. And I'm more intrigued on what is in water than what is in space, to be honest. Yeah, on the East Coast, during my Nana's childhood, they were told just to avoid water. Yeah, weirdest thing ever. So my Nana has never really stepped foot into an ocean or a lake, but she's been near both. She's been on a boat, but she's not actually gone into water. And it explains a lot because I always wondered why she never had a bathing suit when we went on vacation to beaches or cottages. Makes so much sense now. Yes, but so a lot of sharks get a bad rap. Most of them, yes, can be very aggressive and territorial, but there are some sharks that are super cute from a distance. Don't go pet them. And stingrays and manta rays are actually classified as a type of shark. I learned that from a shark documentary show on Netflix. But yeah, they are considered a shark. So technically, Steve Irwin, the Aussie dude, um, when he was stabbed with the barbed tip of a manta ray or stingray, forget which one it was. I think it was the big one, so a manta ray. He was actually stung and impaled by a shark. Yeah, fun fact, right? It's awesome. Ooh, speaking of sharks, if you ever get to watch It's Nora, also known as Nora Knits, she has a few YouTube episodes where she has actually knit a shark stuffy. Super cute. Now, when I do stuffed animals, I generally crochet them. It is so much easier to make an amigurumi than to knit a stuffy. But that could also be just because I don't have the patience for knitting a stuffy. There's a lot of generally sewing involved, and if I'm gonna do sewing, I'd rather it be via amigurumi because there's usually less of it. But yeah, I'm very intrigued by what is under the water. And how deep does some of the water actually go? You know what to make your brother? That's awesome. Is your brother really into sharks? Or is he into stingrays and manta rays? But yeah, there are some fun patterns out there for stuffed animals, both knit and crochet. It's really cool. Nice. So yeah, make him a manta ray and be like, here you go, here's a shark. And if he says anything, you can just be like, they are actually classified as shark. Look it up. They fall under the same species category. Blow his mind. Or you can blow his mind by making him sit down and basically duct tape him and force him to watch Sharknado 1, 2, and 3. Horrible movies. Horrible. If I'm gonna watch a horrible shark movie, I'd watch Mega or Deep Blue Sea. Deep Blue Sea is not too bad. It's still pretty bad, but it's not too bad. Actually, that's another thing. So Chris and I and my friend Stacy, we are getting our scuba diving licenses. I paid for them a long time ago, and um, we're all kind of in different phases. So my friend Stacy is petrified of water, so this is kind of her like tackle a fear type thing. So she has been taking swimming classes for the last 2 years to prepare, and she's only just starting to feel confident in herself, in her swimming, that she can pass the swim tests associated with the scuba diving license. And then I'm pretty much done the online classes and ready for the swimming and everything. And Chris has not started the online lessons. So we're all kind of in different places. But I think it would be really cool one day, especially if Chris and I ever make it out to Australia and New Zealand, to scuba dive the coral reef. Like, I think that would be absolutely amazing. Like, you can see space, like light years of space with telescopes now, and pictures so crystal clear, but even pictures that are taken underwater, they're not that clear. Like, there is so much in the water that you cannot really see very far. And it is so untapped in a way. It'd be so cool. Even if we didn't see anything like scuba diving the coral reef or whatever, it would just be cool to see what's 20, 30, 40, or 50 meters deep. Like, no real pools are built that deep. Like, to say you've been that deep in underwater and like that close to the Earth's core, who else can say that sort of stuff? Except for other scuba divers, right? Oh, awesome. That is so cool. Nice. Also, they use scuba divers to clean the water filtration system at all of the nuclear plants. So who knows? Maybe I could get a part-time job as cleaning the water intake area for the nuclear plants if I get my scuba diving license. A little extra cash on the side for scraping up some algae. And who knows? Maybe they let me take it home and make that new algae yarn that's been coming out. So it's basically algae with some sort of emulsifying sort of chemical that makes it like gelatinous. But yeah, who knows? Be fun to see what could come of it, you know? Yes, I would definitely have to be careful, but I do believe in calculated risk. So as long as you take into account like what's what could go wrong, how do you respond to it, I think it's okay. Anyways, we are at 30 minutes and Chinese just arrived. I mean food, not my parents. So, Vienna, I'm going to have to let you go. But thank you again so much for joining me. You always put a smile on my face by joining me. And I really appreciate you taking this time to craft with me. I really, really appreciate it. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful long weekend. I will be online again tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. So if you want to come join me, I will see you then. Otherwise, have a great Sunday. Thank you. All right. Bye. And again, happy I Love You Day. Bye. Oh, I'm glad you enjoy this. That makes me feel so good. Oh, bye.